Hi guys, this is Ravenclaw with F. Welcome back to another story. Now, I made a mistake on the last part 0. I meant to say all for one instead of one for all. My apologies. I got mixed up a little bit. So this is what if female deku was possessed, part 1. Where we left off, she was coming. I think we left off the first grade, not first grade, the first grade of middle school. As you know, she goes to school and Bakugou's bullying a kid for being like quirkless. We'll go this way. As Bakugou's like a weakling, all you quirkless losers should die. As he is about to unleash the explosion, as Kennedy grabs his hand, he says, "That's not very nice, Kachan." As she smiles, and he's like, "What are you doing here, freak? This has nothing to do with you." He's like, "I believe it does. You're about to pick on this young, what's your name? Oh, it doesn't matter. You're not important right now." As she kicks Bakugou as he goes flying, as she hops in towards, Bakugou. It's like, "I think I need to put you in your place." As tentacles come out of her back, as she's slapping him with her tentacles over and over and over again. As the teacher's coming up, it's like, "Kennedy, stop." As the tentacles go back to her back, it's like, "Explain yourself, young lady." "Oh, apparently this little a Kachan over there decided to pick on the defenseless, the weak. So I just, roughed them up a little bit, teach them a lesson. Clearly, a lesson that you haven't been teaching in this sad forsake for school. As you're like, go to the principal office. She goes to the principal office and she's like, "See you later, Kachan." As the kid, still crying because he was scared Bakugou was going to blow him up. So she's like, goes to the principal office, like, "You must be the teacher has gave me a head up. You haven't been in school for 2 days and you already got sent here." "Well, yeah, a kid was bullying another kid, so I stopped it. Considering how you're allowing this stuff in your school, it's very disappointing. I'll be talking to my mother about this." As the principal's getting upset because he's letting this shit happen because he's corrupt. As he gets money from gangs around the area because they under the table work, they used the school as a cover for transferring drugs. So yeah, she's like, "I'm calling your mother," and like, "This behavior is not acceptable." She smiles. "Really? All right. Come on, mommy." And Inko's like, why did you call me here?" "My daughter was beating up a kid," and Inko's like, "Is that true?" "No, mother, I did beat on him. Kachan was bullying a quirkless kid and using his quirk to hurt him, so I slapped him around a little bit with my quirk. No major damage was done." As in, like, that's a lie. And as she's getting Inko's getting physically upset that she believes her daughter. It's like, "Come on, daughter, we're leaving." As she leaves. Stupid school. I already don't like that principal. Well, I'll need to figure something out. "All right, mother. Hope you're not mad." "Oh, no, sweetheart. You're fine. You're just protecting, someone. I'm proud of you, sweetheart. That some people will always be like that." guy's shady, I could tell. As you know, she takes her home and they eat dinner as she goes to sleep. As you know, she wakes up in the later night, gets gets ready. As she leaves the house, quiet like, not to interrupt her mom sleeping. As you know, the principal is in back of the school getting all the drugs transported to a nearby gang. As you know, as the girl pops out of shadow in front of him, bunch of gang members too. Hello there. What are you doing here, kid? Like, you already caused enough trouble as it is. She smiles. Oh, I'm not here for trouble. At least not, not trouble for me, at least. Maybe you. As tentacles pop out of her back as she's impaling all the thugs in the area. It's like, what is that thing? I've never seen a quirk like that. As they're Kennedy start piercing in their head as they're falling down the ground. The principal is getting visibly scared. It's like, what the hell? What the hell's wrong with you? Nothing really. I just don't like you. The tentacles grab onto his neck, wrapped around his neck as he lifts him up. As he has one tentacle pointed, starts stabbing him over and over and over again, blood spraying everywhere. He's like, stop it, please. I'm sorry. As she's just laughing. She's like, oh, that's funny. You're back and you humans are all the same. As she pierces the heart and leaves the body where it is. As she calls the authorities. As she calls them, and she's out of the school by now. It's like, calling emergency. Calling emergency. What is your, sorry. What is your emergency? Oh yes. My name's not important, but there are some dead people at the school. She gives the address, and there's apparently drugs there. There's something interesting you want to see. As she clicks. All right, time to go home. Gotta go home. Be in bed before mother, finds me out. That would be kind of hard to explain. I would hate to kill her. She's been quite nice. As she's skipping. As we're cut into her mindscape. As Kennedy's like, what's going on? Why can't I move my body? And she's like, you're awake. Hello there. What are you? You look exactly like me. Hello. Don't really have a name. I'm basically the other you. I'm in control of your your body. And she's like, why are you doing this? What are you? And she's like, are you a villain? And she's like, no. I'm not really a villain. I do kill for the right reasons. See, my father, I'll lay on you a little secret. My father once ordered me to kill someone that is a villain. So I'll be taking your body now. The process has already begun. And she's like, why? Like, why are you doing this? Because it's necessary. Nothing personal, kid. Nothing personal, girl. I was hoping you would stay asleep, but you're awake, so I can't have you cause problems. So I'll be eating you now. I'll be absorbing your consciousness. Bye-bye. See you later. As she begins ripping Kennedy apart with her tentacles in her mindscape, as she fully absorbed the body, as it's her now. Kennedy is no longer there anymore. And she's like, better. No other voices in my head. People start thinking I was crazy. She gets in her bed, lays down. As you know, she burnt, like, no blows on her clothes because her tentacles they weren't even close to her, so no blood splat on her. So as you know, she gets up the next morning, as the news, like, early, like, late last night, like, the principal of the school was murdered. He has been suspected of gang activity, trafficking drugs at the school. The authorities has no idea who is responsible for this. We might have a vigilante in the area. Please, if you have any information on this attack, please contact the authorities. As that happens, it's all over the news. As Inko's like, my God, I knew the guy was off. Freaking bastard. He just, it's like, she doesn't say, like, she's thinking he deserves it, but Inko's still a nice mother, so she tries to think about good about everyone, but it's really hard for her to say something good about that, using the school as a trafficking area for drugs. Sweetheart, you're awake. As she shuts off the news. What's on, Mother? Oh, it's nothing important. As that happens, as the school, calls Inko after, later that day, Miss Midoriya, we must apologize. This is the school board. You must apologize for the principal's actions yesterday. And she's like, it's fine. Don't worry. No, your daughter will have no repercussions, and we've really looked into the situation. The boy in question will be punished, and we will not let this happen again. Understood. She'll be back in school tomorrow. Very well, Mrs. Midoriya. You have a good day. As, she hangs up. She's like, sweetheart, looks like you're going to go to school tomorrow. Really? I thought the principal was... But what about the principal? She's like, don't worry, he got fired. Oh, that's a shame. She's smiling. Because she certainly knows what happened to the principal. The next day, it's all around the school that Bakugou got expended for bullying and physically harming a student. So he's under watch, using his quirk in public because he was being aggressive towards it. So I would think the heroes would keep an eye on people that use their quirks aggressively like that. So he's on the watch. So if he's out of line a few more times, he'll be there's no going to UA for him he'll be blacklisted from all future schools for hero schools. So as she goes to the school the next day. Bakugou's no longer. He's not there. As he's like, Kennedy, you're back. As some of the girls like, we missed you. They're from the previous school. It's like, oh, hello. So what's been going on? It's like, did you hear? Like what? Like what? The principal was killed. Apparently he was involved in something bad. Can't believe someone like that was in charge of our school. Guy kind of creeped me out. Always looking at us in a dirty way, and that's disturbing. Very disturbing. But so, do we get a new one? Oh yes. She's nice. The new principal, yeah, she's very nice. As she, the teacher's like, the teacher was fired too, because there's like, so where's our teacher? He got fired. We have a new one. And she's like, hello, you must be Kennedy, right? Yeah, I'm Kennedy. Let me introduce myself. She introduced, I'll be your, her new teacher. The new principal wants to speak with you. You're not in trouble. just, she wants to introduce herself. Why don't you go, here's a hall pass. And she's like, all right, see you later. As she, walks to the principal's office. Oh, so you must be Kennedy. I must apologize for, the school for to, how they, sorry, the actions they took was very unprofessional. Oh, it's all right. Mother wasn't too, she was upset, but she's fine now. Don't worry, none of this stuff will happen again. The bullying stuff, that will stop. I won't tolerate bullying in my school. I was like, that's fine. I just don't like it when people, bully the weak. It physically irritates me. she smiled. It's fine. Why do you head off the class? All right, you know, Mrs. I don't know what to call her. I'll head back, principal. As she hip hipscotched her way back into the classroom. It's like that girl's a little too upbeat for her upbeat attitude is relieving. She goes back to do her paperwork, to clean up the mess that the principal did. So as they get back to school, back to her classroom, they do the whole, they do their schoolwork as Kennedy is excelling. She's the smartest girl there, smartest student there. As that happens. So as she's in good grades. She had good grades, so she's not going to be lacking in grades. So as she goes home for the day, and her mother's like, "So how was your day back at school?" "It was fine, mother. Met some of my old friends. They seem to be doing well. We even got a new principal and a new teacher. They seem nice. I like them." As she smiles, as she goes over to her mother, hugs her, kisses her on the cheek. "All right, I'm gonna go do my homework, mother. If you need me, I'll be in my room." It's like, "All right, sweetheart. Dinner will be ready." It's like, "All right, great." As she's thinking in her head, "Oh, human food, disgusting. Can't believe they eat that stuff every day. It's hard to fake it, but mother's, she's nice." As that happens, they do that day, and we're going to continue a little bit. So I could put more parts into this before the end of the anime, but I'm not totally sure what to do. Okay, let's do this. Let's skip a year. So she starts her second year of middle school. She's coming home from school, as they see, let's just say they see, who else I put this in? I want to add a character from UA just to meet early. It doesn't matter. It's definitely going to be a female one, so it's not going to be any ship involved. If that's how you guys want to see it, then I'll do it. But they see some kids, some punks picking on Jiro, as they're like, "Come here, you little freak." As they're trying to pull her in the alleyway, and Kennedy, rushes over there, hopping, skipping, like the tugger thing does. And she's like, "Hello there. I don't think she wants to do that." There's another one. Get her as well. As they're trying to traffic him. They're trying to traffic him, trying to capture him and traffic him into yeah, it's pretty messed up. Slave market basically for some bad shit. There's my viewers are some are younger, so I don't want to say what I'm thinking, but adult trafficking. So as that goes on, as they try to grab Kennedy, as she grabs the dude's arm, breaks it, and kicks him as he goes flying, and she's like, "I don't like being touched, especially by disgusting creatures like you." As it's like, get her. Screw it. Let's kill the let's kill the brat, and we'll take this one first. As they rush, Kennedy with knives, their little pocket knives. As Kennedy unleashes her tentacles, as she wraps them around them and slams them against the wall, and the wall of it's like a brick wall. She slams them on the brick wall a couple times as she slams them on the ground, the floor concrete. As she walks over there and kicks them all in the head. As Jiro is a little freaked out about being attacked by what they were going to do to her. As Kennedy's like, "Are you all right?" And she smiles. She's like, "Thank you, thank you, thank you." As she's like, "Thank you." Those creeps, man. They were just, they came out of nowhere. And she's wearing a different school uniform. She's like, "You're welcome. Let me proper introduce myself. How are you, meet? Let me proper introduce myself. I am Kennedy Midoriya." And she introduced herself to Jiro. I don't know her last name. I don't remember what her last name was. But Jiro. And she's like, "It's very nice to meet you, Jiro. So, where are you going? Where were you originally going?" She's like, "I was going to go to a record store. Do you mind if I tag along? You seem very nice." And she's like, "Yeah, it actually would be good. With what happened, I don't feel comfortable, going to the store alone." As they go to the store. Kennedy, them are talking. And she's like, "So, I don't recognize the school uniform." "Oh, yeah, it's by my house. It's nothing, it's nothing too fancy." It's, she explains it. She eyes wide. So, "You go to that school? That what happened with the principal?" And I'm like, "Yeah, he was not a good man. Karma got to him at the end." "So, what type of music you like?" And Kennedy asked, not Kennedy, but Jiro asked Kennedy, "I've not really listened to music." And she gets, physically, happy about this. She's like, "Awesome! I could definitely show you some cool, bands. As I could definitely, recommend some cool ones." So as she buys the one that Jiro recommended, and she's like, and she asks like, "So, your quirk's pretty awesome. What is it?" They don't have a name for it. You're the only few people who have seen my quirk. Let's just call it, tentacle." She smiles. She's like, "Hero." You're like, "What is your quirk, Jiro?" She's like, "Oh, air jack, sound waves and stuff like that." And she's like, "That's quite interesting. Fascinating. So, well, it's nice to meet you, Jiro. Hopefully we meet again someday." And she's like, "Me too." As they go off their way. As the day progresses, the normal stuff happens. She goes to school, goes back to the record store, and talks to Jiro a whole lot. So they exchange numbers. The third meeting they had. She's like, "Kennedy, do you mind if I get your number? I would like to, talk to you tomorrow. You seem like a cool people." She's like, "Yeah, I like, you're fun to be around. You're laid back. It matches my personality very well. Here you go." And she hands her, her phone. As she dials her number into the phone, as Kennedy, texts her, and she's like, "Very well, I'll see you later, Jiro. Mother's probably worried." So as that happens, as she goes home, I just want to introduce Jiro early on. Because, that would be, I thought that would be interesting. So let's continue our story. As we're going to skip, it's still the second year, so we're not going to skip to the last day of middle school yet. I think I might do that in the next part, because we're at almost 25 minutes. So, Bakugou has chilled out quite a bit. He's still a dick, but, he's not, physically picking on people because, the school, knocked that shit off real fast and having, people watch what he's doing constantly. Yeah, his mother, fixed that little, superior complex out of him as, Bakugou, sees Kennedy. And she's like, huh, where you been, nerd? As Kennedy said, oh, Gachan, I was, I was a little bit late. I was listening to some records. I quite like music. And he's like, of course. You were always odd. Surprised you even like music. As Kenji's like, so what do you like? Kachan. They become more closer as friends. I'm just having that because usually I have Bakugo be an asshole in all my other Woodies. I want this one to have them to be friends in this one. So she's like, here, she takes the earphone, puts her her little iPhone. No, yeah, that's her music is on like a iPad or something like that. Something music wise, a device that she puts one ear plug in her ear and gives Bakugo the other one that's there. They're sitting there listening to music before the school before the teacher comes in. All right, children, time to start our day. Kenny and Bakugo, please pay attention. As Kenny's like, yes, teacher. Well, if you want to listen to it later, we could do that at lunch. And he's like, sure, nerd. See you then. As that happens. You know why he's so mellow? Because his mother taken to anger management. So, that fixed, he toned down his personality just a little bit. So he's able to interact with people. And being threatened to not be in the UA. So that kind of like talks some sense into him. So we're going to stop it here. I hope you guys have a good day and night. There's my time zones. Yeah, let's stop it here. All right. Catch you guys later.